Buck Owens and the Buckaroos on Here's to Veterans, a toast from this station to former servicemen and women, transcribed for you by the Veterans Administration in cooperation with the American Federation of Musicians. Its members are donating their talents to keep you entertained and informed.
Well, I'm going up on Heartbreak Mountain. Yeah, I'm going up on Heartbreak Hill. Yeah, I'm going up on Heartbreak Mountain, 'cause I've lost my will to live. Well, it was 6 o'clock yesterday morning when my sweet baby packed up to leave. It was 6 o'clock yesterday morning, and I ain't done nothing but dream. Well, I'm going up on Heartbreak Mountain. Yeah, I'm going up on Heartbreak Hill. Yeah, I'm going up on Heartbreak Mountain, 'cause I've lost my will to live. Well, I cried and I begged and I pleaded for my sweet Rosie not to go. Like a leaf that's caught in a whirlwind, where she's gone now I'll never know. Well, I'm going up on Heartbreak Mountain. Yeah, I'm going up on Heartbreak Hill. Yeah, I'm going up on Heartbreak Mountain, 'cause I've lost my will to live. Well, now why does a man let a woman turn him into a hollow shell and walk off and leave him behind her like a ship at sea with no sail? Well, I'm going up on Heartbreak Mountain. Yeah, I'm going up on Heartbreak Hill. Yeah, I'm going up on Heartbreak Mountain, 'cause I've lost my will to live.
Thank you. That was Heartbreak Mountain, and I'm Buck Owens, and we'll be back right after these few words for the Veterans Administration.
Thank you, Buck Owens. You know, most people have heard about the great impact the GI Bill had right after World War II. Veterans coming home from Europe and the Pacific streamed back to colleges and campuses. Many of those young men who used the GI Bill to attend college then and after the war in Korea are community, state, and national leaders today. Well, many of today's young veterans are also using the GI Bill for college, and good for them. But what about the man who wants to go to work as soon as he gets home? Is there anything in the GI Bill for him? You bet there is. On-the-job training. It's part of the GI Bill, and I'll be back to talk about it after this from Buck Owens.
Thanks very much. And now, just as we promised, here's one of our latest. See how you like it takes people like you to make people like me.
It takes people like you to make people like me. From the great Rocky Mountains to the shores of the sea. From the sands of the desert to the tall oak tree. It takes people like you to make people like me. Those skies may turn gray for a while. You can brighten each day with a smile. And wherever you go, I want you to know it takes people like you to make people like me. It takes people like you to make people like me. From the snows of Alaska down to sunny Tennessee. And from New York City to Los Angeles. It takes people like you to make people like me. Those skies may turn gray for a while. You can brighten each day with a smile. And wherever you go, I want you to know it takes people like you to make people like me. It takes people like you to make people like me.
Thank you, Buck Owens and the Buckaroos.
「
Thank you, Buck Owens and the Buckaroos.
「 Thank you, Buck Owens and the Buckaroos.
'Thank you, Buck Owens and the Buckaroos. 'Thank you, Buck Owens and the Buckaroos. The GI Bill is a great way for young veterans returning home from Vietnam and other missions to get a college education, and they are doing it in record numbers. But college isn't all the GI Bill offers. For the man who wants to start right out earning a living when he comes home, there is on-the-job training. This lets him earn while he learns, and that can sure be important to a lot of veterans. The trainee gets paid by his employer, and he also gets paid by the Veterans Administration. This arrangement may go on for up to 2 years until the veteran is able to do his job skillfully and earn full wages from his employer for doing it. At this same time, he not only has more money coming in, he also has a skill that can last him the rest of his life doing the work he really likes. See the VA or your veteran service organization for full details.
Thank you very much. And now here is sweet Rosie Jones.
I met her out in Oklahoma, down where the old Red River flows. I vowed my love to her forever. She was my sweet, sweet Rosie Jones. And then one day, a tall, dark stranger with hair as black as winter cold rode into town as night was falling, and there he met my Rosie Jones. I woke next morning just after sunup to find a note from my Rosie's hand, and it read, "I'd rather die than ever hurt you, but I'm in love with that tall, dark man. So now I walk alone down by the river where my sweet Rosie used to stroll. And soon I'm gonna join those deep, dark waters, for I can't live without Rosie Jones." Her lips were soft and sweet as honey. Her hair was bright as yellow gold. Her cheeks were red as summer roses. She was my sweet, sweet Rosie Jones.
And now here's one of my particular favorites, just as we recorded it for our new album, I've Got It Bad for You.
I worship the ground that you walk on. I breathe every breath for you. I live every day to make you happy. Yes, I've got it bad for you. I hurt every time someone hurts you. I cry every time they make you blue. I live every day to make you happy. Yes, I've got it bad for you. I know I'd die if you ever should leave me, for my whole world turns around you. I live every day to make you happy. Yes,
this is Buck Owens saying, how nice it's been visiting you on the show. Here's to veterans. Be sure and ask us back. And now to close, here's I'm Gonna Live It Up So You Can Live It Down.
I'm gonna live it up so you can live it down. I'm tired of being laughed at like a clown. We'll see who's giving who the run around. I'm gonna live it up so you can live it down. Well, they say that every dog's gonna have his day. Well, now the time has come for this old hound to play. You'll find me where the lights are bright and gay. And while the sun shines, I'll be a-making hay. I'm gonna live it up so you can live it down. I'm tired of being laughed at like a clown. We'll see who's giving who the run around. I'm gonna live it up so you can live it down. Nose now long enough, but now I'm gonna change. I'm gonna call your bluff. Stand back and give me room to strut my stuff, and don't get in the way for things might get rough. I'm gonna live it up so you can live it down. I'm tired of being laughed at like a clown. We'll see who's giving who the run around. I'm gonna live it up so you can live it down. I'm gonna live it up so you can live it down.
Thanks, Buck Owens, for that fine tribute to veterans. We'd like to add a special salute to young veterans of Vietnam. We sure are proud of you, and now that you've served, the VA stands ready to serve you. This station has contributed broadcast time to this program in the public interest, transcribed by the Veterans Administration in cooperation with the American Federation of Musicians, whose members have donated their services. Here's to veterans.
And from Hollywood, this is Buck Owens saying thank you for listening.